Hello and welcome to the very first Yards of Happiness video blog. I am Dana, aka DWJ, and today is the Yards of Happiness blog's 4th anniversary. I started blogging a second time in life 4 years ago in June, and I kind of didn't imagine that it would take on the life that it has. And so with this 4th year, I thought I would do something a little different, do something that has been asked of me a bit, which was to at least try and create a video blog, post some things on YouTube every once in a while, just doing something a little different. So, as most of you know, if you are a loyal reader of Yards of Happiness, I'm on summer break. So, I have no excuse for not putting in a little bit more time and effort. If you are coming to my video for the very first time, and this is the very first time you've ever seen me, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Dana. I'm also known as DWJ, and I run the site Yards of Happiness, a blog about knitting and all of the things that bring me great joy in my life. So that can include my dogs, my family, teaching. I'm a college professor as well, and I teach social media marketing. So this is all kind of my jam. You may also have seen me in my contributing posts on Mason Dixon Knitting. I've talked about creating dog sweaters to match your own patterns. I've also talked about my journey and how I made over 150 sweaters in about a 3-year period. I've done, a 5-year period. I've done several posts for them, and I do a monthly sweater column about patterns and things that have caught my interest. Or you may have heard my voice before because I was featured on the Pom Pom Magazine podcast. And they talked about me because I knit a Durumi jumper for myself and my littlest dog, Jellybean. So, I thought today, for my very first video, I would just talk about a few things that I'm working on and excited about for summer. I'm set up in my workshop in my house. I'm fortunate enough to have my own space. I've got fun pegboards where I store yarn that I've already used in other projects before, and just a few of my yarn bags. I'll also provide links to anything that I talk about in the bottom description of the video as well, and on the blog, yardsofhappiness.com. So, what am I currently working on? So, this is a Mrs. Brown Bags project bags, one of my many project bags that I have and love. So I've been working on and thinking a lot about summer knitting lately. And I decided to try a new to me pattern that'll actually be featured in the next week on Mason Dixon Knitting as well. This is my work in progress. It is the peplum tank top, or the peplum top on Ravelry. I'll make sure to provide the link to that. One of the things that I liked about this is it's a tank top. It's got a pretty shape to it, a nice little v-neck. It's got wide enough straps so that I can wear my bra with it. I hate a strapless bra. And you can really knit this out of any yarn. So for my first version of this, and trying it for the very first time, I decided to go with the very lovely acrylic Premier Everyday Anti-Pilling yarn. It's a worsted weight. I love this purple. I've used it before. It's called Bright Violet, and it happened to be on sale at my local Joann's. I ended up buying 4 balls of yarn at $2.50 each. So for about 10 bucks, I'm gonna have a knitted tank top. I know it's acrylic and people go, oh, it should have been cotton. This acrylic at this gauge, it's still gonna be open enough that I can feel breeze, and it has enough coverage that I don't feel like I need to wear a tank top underneath it. I am also notorious for knitting in cotton yarn. I love knitting in cotton, especially in the hotter months here, since I live in Maryland and it's swampy at best with the humidity. So if I like this and I like the fit and look of it, I may make myself a second version. I have a couple of different Barocco cotton and cotton blend yarns that are worsted weight that I think could also be pretty in this, and might even make a drapier or a bit more fun fabric, right? So that is my peplum top. That is currently what is on my needles. Also, what is on my needles and almost finished that I don't have with me because it's so compact because I'm working on the collar and the ribbing is the Allison cardigan. It's a pattern by Hannah Fettig. I'll also make sure to link to that on my Ravelry, on Ravelry as well. I'm knitting it in Quince & Company Owl yarn in a very bright, pretty green. I am down to the end of it. I typically knit 2 sweaters in a month. Last month I only completed 1. The La Brio hem cardigan by Knit Graffiti. I made it for my cousin that I saw in Chicago last month. You can see that pattern on Yards of Happiness and that finished object as well. So I currently have the Peplum tank and the Allison cardigan almost finished. The Peplum tank, I'm just working on the bottom. It's just knitting around. It's gonna fly by. So I am already thinking of and plotting what I want to make next. So I have these yummy yarns set up and waiting for me. Okay, so this lovely glittery purple and glittery orange are both Cascade Sunseeker. They are a cotton blend. Let's see. They're 47% cotton, 48% acrylic, and then 5% metallic yarn. Okay, so cotton. And then because I've got some orange in here, I'm going to pull in this peachy Barocco Weekend DK that I've had in my stash for forever. And then I've got a nice little wild card to go with this project. And it is the Haiku by Skakel Abracadabra color changing yarn. It changes color when exposed to light. This one goes from white to purple. So what project could I be making in cotton that requires 4 different colors? And I hope I don't butcher the name of this, but I am making the Boylan Knitworks Soldotana crop top. I'm really excited. I've seen 1,000,001 amazing versions, and the majority of them have been done in wool. I really like doing color work in cotton, especially because it gives me the opportunity to wear some of those pieces that I really want to for longer, and in the summertime, and in the fall, and even into the winter, but layering it with another t-shirt on underneath it. So I am gonna go for a little bit of punch. I'm trying to stash dive. I'm trying to use what I have. If you could see everything that's in here, since it's just me working the camera, I can't pan, but there are 4 bins lined up on the wall. I've got bins underneath this table, and I had to move 2 rows of bins that are on wheels out to pull my chair in so that we could film this in here. So I've got a lot of yarn. So I really want to start playing with using up my stash before I really invest in buying more yarn. I didn't buy a ton of yarn this year at Maryland Sheep and Wool because I know that I have so much yarn here, more than I think that I could ever knit with. But this is what I'm excited about working on next. It just has so much kind of fun color work in this play on color. I love purple and orange together. They're just this kind of fun color combo. And then with a little color changing yarn, I think it's going to be something that's a little unique and a little fun. So this is my first like little insider peek into what I'm doing, what I'm working on. So I need to know from you guys, what other kinds of things do you want to hear from me in video, or do you want to see from me in video? What is it, more of what I'm working on? Is it trying on some of my knits? This is one of my favorites, the 6-point tee. This one I knit several years ago in Barocco Versa yarn, which has been since discontinued. Barocco stopped discontinuing all the yarns that I love so much. One of the reasons that I love this yarn so much is because it has such a fun play on a rainbow. I love color. I love rainbows. So let me know, do you want to see more of things that I have knit, things that I want to knit, or that I'm working on knitting? Do you want to see me playing more with color and how I kind of come to the color palettes that I pick? Because sometimes it's really just, ooh, this looks pretty. Ooh, I think this could be fun. But let me know for sure what you're interested in, what you want to see more of. And hopefully I'll take the opportunity to do a few more videos while I have more time over the summer. Maybe try and do something once a month. I can't make any promises. I'm not 100% sure what I'll have time for once school gets back in session. And I'm also back in school in the fall as a student too. But it's fun to try and experiment and do new things. So I want to see what I can do to keep you guys excited and engaged with Yards of Happiness. My readers of the blog are awesome. You all always give me great comments and feedback and help me when I have problems. So I want to make sure that I'm giving you some of the things that you're hoping for. So let me know what you want to see more of so that we can talk about it. And hopefully you'll see more than just this video on my YouTube channel.